In the forgotten corners of time, the dormant darkness awakens. Asperia succumbs to a curse of shadows. Recall it now. Reclaim the lost sword. Let it illuminate the hero's journey. The one who shatters the eternal night. Behold the legend, Merlin.
Magister Merlin? Magister Merlin? Are you all right? Magister Merlin? You don't look well. Did you have a nightmare? Ah, your old problem has reared its head again. I'm Dolly. We've been living together in the mystical house for a while now. I hope you remember that you're the great... However, you lost most of your powers somehow. Your memories are fragmented, and you often forget things. I woke you up because there's a fire on the other side of the river. It's getting serious. All the villagers will be in danger if we don't put out that fire. Chippy was worried and ran over there already. As you're familiar, Chippy wanted to protect your beloved village, so he rushed out to put out the fire. But the fire is getting out of hand. Will Chippy be all right? Do you want to go and see for yourself, Magister Merlin? I understand. Just take care of yourself. You've been in seclusion all these years. No one knows you're here. If you just go out like this, it might stir up some trouble. You know, you're probably the most famous mage in Asperia. Before going out, why don't you use some magic and change your appearance?
came to put out the fire. Fire elementals are attacking them. Magister, let's go. Chippy is at your service!
General Hogan! The water isn't working!
You, Sam! Get these fires under control! Do not retreat! Forward! All forces, attack!
I wouldn't have recognized you if it weren't for Chippy tagging along. How about you dispel your disguise so I can see my old friend again?
General, the Magister's condition, you see, he's forgotten you again.
It's okay, Chippy. No matter how many times he forgets, I'm happy to reintroduce myself. I am Hogan, the former leader of the heroic order of the Lightbearer Empire, and the current magistrate of Hollystone. We've been friends for decades, and our friendship will never fade, no matter how muddled your memory gets. But this is no time for small talk. Look at these fire elementals. They don't belong in Ryham. How could they just appear out of nowhere? Then our most pressing concern is to put out the... Please!
I'll catch up to you someday.
All forces, attack!
I'll catch up to you someday.
All forces, attack! Layla!
General, they've ruined my beauty sleep. This will cost you extra.
Valen, you're just getting here now? Were you
That's not fair! I ran into a bunch of fire elementals on the way here! Those guys were really annoying. Anyway, looks pretty grim here. I didn't expect the fire to be this big. This is not...
That's right. We think it's arson.
Whoa! A talking hamster? You're a familiar, aren't you? In that case, this gentleman with the general must be a mage. I gotta say, picking a hamster is...
I'd normally overlook your banter, Valen.
But it's rare to command such respect. Well, Magister, I am Valen, of the Heroic Order. How would you like me to address you? An interesting name. I will remember it. Forgive my rudeness earlier. I'll be sure to...
more interested in who started the fire than in putting it out.
I saw you.
It's not that easy to quench a greedy fire, my dear.
The Scarlet Sorceress is as beautiful as her fire is dangerous. That's what the room...
Dangerous? You're...
So she's the Scarlet Sorceress. Chippy has heard of her.
You're...
Magister, if Chippy is not mistaken, it seems like this... What do we do, Magister? She's staring really hard.
Never mind. You made me think of someone. The divination was right. This night was awful. I'd appreciate not being disturbed any further.
You're not going anywhere, Scarlet Sorceress.
Don't push your luck, young man. I'm not known for my...
Don't you...
The way...
Huh? What is that?
Time to show you my moves.
Fly, my beautiful flames.
You awake? How are you feeling? If I hadn't seen you pass out just now, I'd probably... You passed out for a while. General Hogan and his men put out the fire. Then he returned to Hollystone. He ordered me to stay here, and before he left, the General told me to make sure that when you woke up, your memory... What a strange request. Do you... Also, how much do you remember of what just happened? The Scarlet Sorceress, Muriel. You're a Magister, so perhaps you've heard of her. She was identified as the culprit by young Master Rowan. That kid with the huge bag and the duck on his head? He's Rowan, the second son of the wealthiest man in the Empire, and head of the Mithril Consortium. General Hogan took the two of them back to Hollystone for questioning. Muriel's attitude towards you was... Did you know her from before? That's... rather odd.
Magister? Yes! Your Chippy checked all around and didn't see any elemental beings. The village is safe now. Mr. Balin told you that General Hogan already left for Hollis. The General will wait for us in the...
There might be enemies on the road. I'll go with you, although you might not need my protection.
Of course! The Magister is anyway. However,
Need a hand, friend?
Dolly! I brought back the Magister!
You're back. I was worried.
Merlin, have you regained your powers? I saw your magic in the sky. It was the right decision to go on the—
Don't be too happy. Magister fainted after casting that spell.
Nonsense. Even the goddess Dura can't control Merlin. Perhaps it's just the Magister recovering. Chippy, what's with you? Why so pessimistic? That's not—
Oh, you're right. The Magister is the greatest mage.
That's what I like to hear.
Magister Merlin, you seem to be in quite a bit of trouble. Shall we find someone to lend you a helping hand? Leave it to me. I know a few people.
Ready to embark on a glorious adventure? But recently. All set. I'm ready for my grand entrance.
For the
Shield for others, armor for myself. Let's get started.
Great, you seem to have put... So, how are you getting along with Valen? I hope he hasn't offended you all. I guess, Valen, I told you to heed his orders.
That's not fair, General. These two little hamsters are watching my every move.
Wow, it's 80 out of 100. Keep up.
Yes, of course.
Let me... To ensure...
You must ensure his safety. I totally understand.
They... His own... Annie...
Stop.
Yes, the scar... What about you? Do you... As if she's... You and her. True. You don't want... Oh, before... Go.
Sir Lucius, at your Sir Lucius, at your
Anyone need Hammy to do some magic?
show you my moves. Just as I expected.
I heard the wheat field in Northville. It won't.
What? Everyone in North.
Thank you for considering my... However, she said that if she needed anything, she would instruct us on what to do, rather than trouble you.
Mary.
Eddie, she waved her hand.
What?
She was...
We need to tell...
Magister!
Do you remember what the Scarlet Sorceress looks like? This is we need...
You look serious. What happened? Well...
I have to point out that this situation...
Well...
I have to point out that this situation...
What? This is the first... I heard that Lord Franz has always wanted...
In short,
This... Are you willing to aid us? Thanks...
We bumped... What it...
Please, then it...